What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Pursuing Points. My name is Peter, and today we are going to talk about the Chase Sapphire Reserve and its recent changes. Before I do, be sure to smash that like button. It, of course, helps out the channel a great deal. Okay, so what's the deal with the new Chase Sapphire Reserve? Well, chances are by now you're probably familiar with what happened. Chase decided to raise the annual fee of its flagship product from $450 a year to $550 a year. Now, this is sort of expected in the sense that when the card first launched more than 3 years ago, it had a 100,000 point sign-up bonus, which was worth at least $1,500 towards travel. It attracted hundreds, thousands of people, cost the company potentially hundreds of millions of dollars, and now over time they have to recoup what they spent. And I think it looks like the first step towards trying to wring out additional value is in increasing the fee. Now, they didn't just increase the fee by itself. They did offer some additional benefits, which we're going to talk about. So the new benefits that they're offering are twofold. One is from DoorDash. DoorDash, of course, is the food delivery service. There's an app on your phone. You place an order, and then magically food appears at your door. The new DoorDash benefits are in 2020, on your Chase Sapphire Reserve, you will receive a $60 statement credit for DoorDash purchases. Now, based on based on Chase's reporting, this will act very similarly to your annual travel credit, right? So if you already have the card, what you're familiar with is when the new year starts, as you spend money on travel, you're automatically reimbursed for those charges. Based on what we've read from Chase, it's going to work the same exact way with your DoorDash credits. So if you place an order for $60 because you're hosting a, Super Bowl party, you're going to get that $60 back immediately. Now you're going to get that $60 credit both in 2020 and in 2021, although there's no, it's unclear if you'll be receiving the benefit in 2022 and beyond. So there's those two credits. In addition, you're also going to receive a Dash Pass membership free of charge. Now, normally this service costs $9.99 a month. It gives you free delivery at certain restaurants as well as lesser delivery fees, or lesser service fees, I should say. Now, the value of the $60 is pretty cut and dry, right? That gets you 60% of the way towards making up for that $100 increase. The Dash Pass benefit, on the other hand, is much harder to quantify. So if you're ordering from DoorDash every single day, first of all, you probably already have such a membership because it would behoove you to do so. But at that point, it's probably going to save you a fair amount. DoorDash says that you'll save an average of $4 to $5 per order. But if you're ordering once a month, okay, it's sort of harder to see the value. And if you're not using DoorDash at all currently, right, how well it will fit into your eating habits sort of remains to be seen. Obviously, from DoorDash's perspective, they're offering this benefit to Sapphire Reserve members because they want your business. And Chase is using them as a means of subsidizing these offerings, right? So they're working in concert with one another. Now, what I would expect is Chase is, they raise the annual fee, and now they're hoping to make some money off breakage, which is where people don't use some of these benefits, but they still pay the extra $100. So whether or not those DoorDash benefits are valuable to you, you'll have to sort of decide, but at a minimum, you should be able to use the $60 in credit each year, even if you plan on canceling the card. Okay, so the other big new update to the card, it has to do with Lyft. Lyft, of course, is the ride-hailing service, competitor to Uber. You open up your mobile phone, you request a ride, and then the car chauffeurs you to and fro. Now, I'm not a big Lyft user, right? I live in New York City. I take the subway quite often. I take a taxi if I need a quick ride. But frankly, I might start having to be a Lyft user. So the first big perk of the new Lyft partnership with Chase is you're going to earn 10x on all Lyft purchases when you use your Sapphire Reserve card. You're also going to earn 5x if you have a Sapphire Preferred, but we're not really talking about that card right now. But anyway, 10x is awesome, right? As we say, points are worth 50% more when you redeem for travel. So 10x is really 15x when redeemed for travel. But even if you're redeeming for cashback, 10x is pretty significant. In addition, you're going to get a free membership to Lyft Pink. Now, this service normally costs $19.99 a month. $19.99 a month. And the sort of banner benefit is that you get 15% off of all rides. Other perks include things like priority airport pickups, relaxed cancellations, surprise offers, waive lost and found fees, and bikes and scooters. You can get 3 30-minute rentals per month, free of charge. Now, frankly, everything but the 15% off basically means nothing to me, right? Waive lost and found fees, not that interesting. The relaxed cancellations could be interesting, but you have to rebook within 15 minutes for that to take effect. And I don't know, whenever I'm canceling a ride hailing app like that, I don't usually rebook, right? I'm canceling because I'm not going or I'm going somewhere else, whatever. Priority airport pickups, somewhat ambiguous. I don't really know what that means, but I've also never had a problem either getting a car or getting home from the airport. Surprise offers, ambiguous. I don't know what that means. Bikes and scooters, where I live in New York City, there is no Lyft. There are no bikes and scooters here for Lyft. I've been to like Atlanta, Georgia, for example. I know that they do. So if they have them in your area and you would find value in that, more power to you. But bottom line, 15% off rides. They're marketing this as a $240 value, right? $19.99 a month for 12 months. But really, at the end of the day, whatever value you're going to get is how much is the 15% off saving you, right? If your gross spend was $100, it saved you 15, right? If it was 200, it saves you 30, and so on and so forth. Right now, today, this benefit means zero to me because I don't even have a Lyft account. That being said, I am going to certainly sign up for a Lyft account, and I will make use of this moving forward. However, my Sapphire Reserve annual fee was charged back in, I want to say November. And every year, right, when that fee hits, it's sort of like a sinking feeling in your stomach, right? You know you got some good value out of the product. You use your annual travel credits. But still, when you have to come up with $450 out of thin air, it can be tough. So I have been thinking long and hard about what is my future with this product. And the reality for me is I'm traveling less than I was, say, 3 years ago, where I was traveling a lot for work. I lived in a much cheaper city, and I was traveling all the time for pleasure. Now most of my travel, as I've mentioned on the show before, tends to be centered around the Northeast, right? In the fall, going back and forth to Buffalo 8 times a year to see the Bills play. In the winter, I'm going down to Florida. But I'm not really doing any bi-coastal travel. I'm certainly not doing any international travel. And so I don't know if I necessarily need all of these travel-centric benefits moving forward. Now, I opted to pay the $450 annual fee. And I told myself, I'm going to give this card one more year. The problem is, I have some golden handcuffs, right? As I've mentioned in other videos, as of the time of this filming, I have about 200,000 Ultimate Rewards points, which means if I cancel the card, I have to do something with those points prior to doing so. Now, I could transfer them to the Sapphire Preferred, but right off the top, you take a 25% haircut, right? You go from your points being worth 50% for travel down to 25%. I could redeem for cash, but then I would feel like I'm leaving basically $1,000 on the table. I could transfer them to a travel partner, but it's hard to say where I would get the most value, right? Like, yeah, I fly on JetBlue, but I don't fly on JetBlue that much. I fly in Delta mainly, and they're not an option. So my goal for 2020 is redeem as many of those points as I possibly can, sign up for some new cards, which are better suited to my new spending and redemption patterns. In fact, I just did a video about my newest card not too long ago. And then regroup in 2020. Now, in late 2020, early 2021. I've already got my $300 travel credit for 2020. That hit within the first week. I've already used the $60 in DoorDash credits. And now it's a matter of using 15% off Lyft rides and things of that nature to try to wring out as much value as I can from this product. Whether or not I'm going to cancel at the end of the year, I think sort of remains to be seen. Again, it'll depend a lot on how many points I have left. I'm certainly going to try to spend them, but I don't want to be stupid about it. I would like to get some good value if I can, but certainly I'm going to err on the side of redemption as opposed to the err on the side of savings. And so, with all that being said, what are my thoughts on the fact that they raised the fee? If you were someone for whom this card provided a ton of value before, it seems like it probably still offers you a lot of that same value. The net effective annual fee is now $250 after the travel credit. And to break even, previously you needed to spend $3,500 a year on 3x purchases to break even when you factor in the 50% bonus. Now you need to spend $5,500 to break even, and I didn't take into account any DoorDash credits because it's unclear to me how many people are going to be able to use those and whatever. But bottom line is $5,500 is what you have to spend now to break even on bonus purchases, and then everything after that is icing on the cake for you. So if you hear that number and that sounds like it's at the sort of upper bound to what you're comfortable with spending or what you're used to spending, it's probably time to reconsider this card being a part of your wallet. Now, if you're spending $20,000 a year on the card, you're using DoorDash, you're using Lyft, and then these new benefits they're just going to save you money right off the top, guess what? Keep using it, At the end of the day, just because this card isn't necessarily right for me moving forward, doesn't mean it's not the right card for a lot of people. Right? If you're using the travel credit and you're getting a lot of value out of the bonuses and you're redeeming your points for travel, and you can use these new credits, more power to you. I have a lot to sort of consider and decide before I make up my mind on whether I will renew again. But for now, it's a part of my wallet, and as long as it is, I need to take full advantage. All that being said, I would love to hear your thoughts on what you think of these new perks, as well as the increase in the annual fee. Are you going to keep the card? Are you going to cancel the card? Be sure to let me know in the comment section down below. Like I said, I would love it if you would subscribe. It means a lot to me. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video.